Armand here with your forecast for the week of March 4th, 2024. We're going to March 4th. See what I did there. Yeah, sure. And that is actually the meaning of the word march. The derivation of the word march is martial, marching, armies go marching, that type of thing. It is a very March kind of energy. So yes, this is March 4th. All right. Well, what do we have to say about March 4th? The week begins pretty nicely. We're just past the last quarter moon. We have some activity with the sun being sextile to Uranus. That is a indication, I would say Sunday, Monday, indication of sort of breaking things up, breaking out of patterns in a soft, easy kind of way. Pisces, Taurus, what you do to enjoy yourself, what you do to amuse yourself. This is the sort of thing we're looking at as we begin the week. We continue the energy on through about midweek. Once again, all of the planets are gaggled together again as we approach the new moon on Sunday. And so we compact all the energy. There's a lot of focus, this week. What there isn't a lot of is perspective. Not so much in the perspective department, but there's a lot of focus. And the early part of the week, I would say all the way through Wednesday, just a general good time for getting out there and doing stuff. Take care of what needs to be taken care of. It's a good time to wrap up projects because we are between the last quarter moon and the new moon. So just by default, that's a good time to finish things up. And yeah, well, let's not make nothing out of it. There's no reason to watch a forecast if there's nothing going on. So let's remember that we have that Sun-Uranus aspect, which is sort of inciting us to make a few little changes in a nice kind of way in our life. Just getting rid of stuff and so on. It's all good. All right, I didn't want to tell you, but when we get to the end of the week, we have a different kind of energy that is not so perfect for getting things done. And that is we have a meeting of the planet Mercury with Neptune that happens on the 8th, which, if I'm not greatly mistaken, is Friday. But it'll color the 7th, it covers too, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And Mercury to Neptune, especially in the sign of Pisces, but Mercury to Neptune is like Mercury retrograde raised to a power. This is just not a wonderful energy for practical decisions. Communication, you want to make sure that you're at least, like say things in person or say things on the phone. Text messages could be misinterpreted. Not a great time for signing contracts. Watch out for technology things. This is not a good, try to get that update on your phone installed sometime before the end of next week. I had my phone plugged in. It always tells me like, your phone wasn't plugged in last night, so we couldn't update. So I plugged my phone in because otherwise you have to put in your code every time you open the thing up and stuff like that. And and it didn't update. So anyway, but that's not due to Mercury Neptune. But try to get that sort of stuff done by the end of the week. All right, so we're going to think Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got a little bit of nebulous energy out there. Well, nebulous energy is okay, it's fine. But we also have Mars square to Uranus at the end of the week. That's exact on Saturday. We're feeling that Friday, Saturday. So consider the combination of, and I should say Mars, Uranus, very active, impulsive action is the way we would interpret Mars square Uranus, a tendency towards impulsive action. You know what I'm going to say. Some people are going to fly off the handle, and they're going to do so acting on misinformation. Mercury, Neptune, we don't really know what's going on. We're not seeing it clearly. We don't have perspective. And on top of all, we have Mars, Uranus, just ready to go out and act on the basis of whatever we're thinking at the time. It's not all that great. It's not all that great a recipe for doing anything practical. It's not really a bad energy at all. It's not a bad energy. I would say it would be great for any creative project. That ought to be terrific. It would be wonderful for meditation. It'd be great for just going and enjoying yourself. Take a step back. Just do what you feel like doing. Just do what you feel like doing. But it's not a great time for practical stuff. Now, with Mars in Uranus's home sign of Aquarius and squaring Uranus, it's likely that things will not be quite as over the top as they could be. There's a little bit of harmony here despite the tension. Mars in Aquarius is ready to fight for a cause, and the problem is he may enjoy the fight more than the cause. But, Uranus is helping to throw in whatever practicalities he can. People are going to get riled up about things that are in the abstract, ideals and principles and things like that. But again, you get all riled up about your ideals and principles, but it turns out that you're basing it on misinformation. So, I don't want to tell you not to get too excited, but don't get too excited. Things that happen towards the end of the week. It's a good time to step back. We're almost at the new moon, which is exact on Sunday the 10th at, well, it would have been 4 a.m. Eastern time, but in the United States, we are going on to daylight time. So it is 5 a.m. Eastern time, which would be 2 a.m. Pacific time. And the rest of you the rest of you have different time zones and stuff like that. So it would be from 5, it'd be 4 hours. It's 9 a.m. Greenwich. Does it matter when the new moon is? Not really. Not really. It's the new moon time. It doesn't matter. It's a new moon on Saturday. It's a new moon on Sunday. Until you can see the crescent moon in the sky, on a clear night, until you can see the crescent moon in the sky, you're still in that new moon phase. So it's a time, and it's the new moon in Pisces, right? It's the it's the time of endings and beginnings in the sign of endings, right? So it's you know it's it's a good time to step back. It's a good time to just you know enjoy yourself is fine if you want to, do Piscean activities like, watch movies and things like that. It's terrific. It is a really good time for meditation and stuff like that. It is set intentions. If your intention is just to let go of stuff that you want, just let go of stuff. That's a great time to set intentions for that. Otherwise, it's not really that kind of a new moon. Um, it's We're at the end of the astrological year. The new year starts on March 24th. I think it starts. We'll talk about that. 19th to the 20th or something like that, or the 21st. But the new year is starting at the end of the month, so we're at the end. We're at the end. It's we're letting go. We're getting a fresh. That's what spring cleaning is all about. And not that you should be so active as to do spring cleaning, but the idea is let's clear away the old so that we're ready for the new. And that's the way we should approach this new moon. It's just we're just clearing away the old. Maybe Mars Uranus will incite you to go act and actually, start your spring cleaning early. That's the new moon. You know what new moons are great for? They're good for sleeping. And the new moon in Pisces, well, if I'm awake, we'll do a forecast next week. I'll be awake.